Welcome to the Astana Times YouTube channel. We are at the Eurasian Development Bank's headquarters here in Astana to chat with its chairman, Mr. Podguzov, to explore EDB's role in strengthening regional economies here in Eurasia. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Very good, thank you very much.
Let's sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah, welcome to Eurasian Development Bank.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Digital investor platform which will accumulate the most interesting investment project and make them available for consideration of to invest. For the third year in a row, invest more than $1 billion into the economy of Kazakhstan, which is probably the highest level of non-sovereign investments among international financial organizations operating in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan economic growth is probably the fastest in Central Asia and the most sustainable one. Water is crucial and very important for the whole region. The water balance, one of the challenges for Central Asia. And in order to avoid water scarcity crisis by 2028,
Thank you again for welcoming us here in Astana at the headquarters of Eurasian Development Bank. I wanted to start our conversation from the fact that your bank is one of the few development banks with a specific focus on Eurasian region, fostering economic connectivity among the countries. Maybe you could highlight for us some specific cross-border projects that are important for Kazakhstan and for Eurasia.
Thank you very much. We are here in our one of the biggest offices of Eurasian Development Bank in Astana. Our headquarters is in Almaty. We also can invite you there. Please welcome. Definitely, Kazakhstan plays a central role in Central Asia. It is located in the crossroads of many routes: southeast, north, south, west, east. It is a bridge between Europe and Asia, and that is why I think for all Central Asian countries it's very important to develop a transport network to increase, improve connectivity of the region, as most of the countries are landlocked or double landlocked. Kazakhstan, as a key economy in Central Asia, plays the most important part. According to our research and proposal to investors, we are deeply searched this item. We produced a concept of Eurasian transport network, which envisages routes from west to east, from north to south. And actually, the crossroad is very important, as the crossroad increases the effectiveness of any route by 20%. The combination of automobile roads, railway roads, ports, Trans-Caspian routes will give another level of connectivity for all countries and for Kazakhstan in particular. The cross-border projects are the most difficult to implement, as they involve many countries, different types of legislation, so we need to just put together many systems. For example, we are in the process of structuring Ayagos-Bakhty railway road from China to Kazakhstan. We've participated actively in Astrakhan-Mangyshlak water pipeline, bringing clean water to north part of Kazakhstan. Other, probably not cross-border, but very important projects which place for the whole Central Asia could be mentioned. For example, Kambarata 1 hydropower plant, which is important for energy supply for Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan. A number of smaller projects, but they also play important improvement of transport situation. For example, Almaty Airport or Bakat road construction as part of global route. That is probably the most remarkable projects we are working on, but definitely we have in the pipeline more projects.
I will ask you about that. You represent EDB at the Foreign Investors Council of Kazakhstan. Could you tell us what is the role of EDB in it, and what is the purpose of this council?
The purpose of the council is quite clear. This is classic mechanism to bring leading investors in the country and to organize high-level dialogue between president and government and investors. And the better this dialogue organized, the more investments we can expect in the region. This dialogue is very effective because of leadership of President of Kazakhstan, Kassym-Jomart Kemelyevich Tokayev, because of active involvement of the government. And for example, today, President Tokayev announced that foreign direct investments amounted to $23 billion in 2023, which is probably the best result among Eurasian countries, which confirms that this mechanism of this council works perfectly. But the ambitious goal has been announced by President to achieve a level of 150 billion direct investments by 2029. As for Eurasian Development Bank role, I would say that we are quite active in this council, and because we, for the third year in a row, invest more than $1 billion into the economy of Kazakhstan, which is probably the highest level of non-sovereign investments among international financial organizations operating in Kazakhstan. We are probably not have that many countries in the bank, which affords us to concentrate our activity on Central Asian countries and Kazakhstan in particular, because Kazakhstan is our founder of our bank, and our headquarters is in Kazakhstan.
You've mentioned President Tokayev and his ambitious goals that he's been setting for the country since 2019. Since 2019, Kazakhstan has been implementing a wide range of reforms in different sectors. How would you evaluate those reforms so far?
The president's policy and push works well because Kazakhstan economic growth is probably the fastest in Central Asia and the most sustainable one, which is above 5%. But President Tokayev is not letting the government or national companies to relax and pushing them to achieve above 6% GDP growth rate, which is quite ambitious, and it requires more investments, higher pace of investments, higher pace of diversification of national economy. And this is what on the way, and this is what was the International Investors Council about today.
You've mentioned before, like in the first question I asked you about the plans. This year, the Eurasian Development Bank financed several investment projects. Can you share with us maybe some priority areas for EDB for 2025? It doesn't have to be necessarily like specific names of the project, but just areas where you're interested in investing.
Our strategy is to focus on three main priorities: transport and connectivity, water balance and energy, and food security, agriculture, and everything which is connected with this sector. Definitely, all these projects and sectors should be accompanied by soft infrastructure, digital infrastructure, and that is why we also managing our digital fund. We also participated in creating with Agency of Investments of Kazakhstan digital investor platform, which will accumulate the most interesting investment projects available and make them available for consideration of to invest. As far as I understand, our 2025 year plan contains a lot of energy projects and projects in the industrial sector. For example, this year we launched the project Alma-Ata power plant reconstruction to switch it from coal to gas. Next year we plan to build Karaganda power plant.
So it's big infrastructure projects.
Big infrastructure projects. One of the biggest projects is in metallurgical sector, Karmet plant, to modernize it, to invest into this plant. One of the biggest projects in petrochemical industry is project Selena. Mm-hmm. And we plan to participate in this project also. We also plan to do several projects in renewable energy sector. This is mainly wind and solar. Given that type of projects, I'm pretty much sure that next year we will surpass our $1 billion plan for investments quite easily, and probably it will be closer to $1.5 billion in 2025.
Well, you still have, you've mentioned water projects and climate-related projects. You have one going on right now, optimizing water energy to address climate issues in Central Asia is important, and the bank is currently undertaking the Water Energy Complex of Central Asia mega project. Could you discuss this project outcomes with us?
Water is crucial and very important for the whole region. The water balance is one of the challenges for Central Asia, and in order to avoid water scarcity crisis by 2028, we need to improve water conservation, to improve and to modernize irrigation equipment across Central Asia in all Central Asian countries. That is why I suggested and proposed at Investment Council today to set up industrial cluster which will be producing irrigation equipment, irrigation machines, and everything which is necessary to set up modern irrigation equipment across Central Asian region. The setting up such a industrial cluster and production of irrigation equipment will afford to improve irrigation situation in the region, and I would say that the potential demand for this irrigation equipment can be as high as $300 million per year, and that will be the 5th largest market in the world. Mm-hmm. If Kazakhstan will be leading this sector, it will be a very good specialization for Kazakhstan in the international labor market. And water balance situation is very important because it affords us to bring and to achieve sustainable development goals like clean water, like proper agriculture and food security. So this is one of our key priorities.
At the beginning of this year, you've met President Tokayev, and during the meeting, you've noted that EDB's And EDB is intended to support the development of Kazakhstan's financial market and also the implementation of new instruments for financing infrastructure projects. You've mentioned that you're planning to invest in infrastructure projects in 2025 and this year. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that?
Kazakhstan financial market is one of the biggest and probably the biggest in Central Asia, with equity and bond market, currency market is very well developed. International financial center Astana works quite effectively. And our goal to help to further develop financial market in Kazakhstan in partnership with the International Financial Center Astana. For example, to finance reconstruction of Almaty power plant, special bonds, sustainability-linked bonds will be issued. And the prospectus for this bond and all preparation for this bond has been done with the assistance of our technical fund. And we probably be pioneering that type of instruments, which is quite important in the process of attracting investments. The Eurasian Development Bank issued green bonds registered with ISMA. That was probably also first time in Kazakhstan when green bonds has been issued in the amount of 40 billion tenge. We also working on Islamic finance window in the bank. I think this we work on this Islamic window together with Islamic Development Bank and a couple of consultants from Middle East, among Middle East bank. I think this is very important and very promising agenda, which will help to attract more investors from Middle East to Kazakhstan, and probably the diversification of instruments which could attract, through which you can attract investments, will be important for Kazakhstan.
And my last question will be about the investment attractiveness, but specifically, how would you personally evaluate the conditions that have been established to increase this attractiveness of, investment attractiveness and actually inviting investors to work in Kazakhstan?
The attractiveness of investments process to Kazakhstan could be proved by the number of and the volume of investments. And getting back to President Tokayev speech today, he said that $23 billion of direct investments in 2023 is the number one result for Eurasian region. So this is very good illustration how the investment climate in Kazakhstan is. But also it is very important that the government and president, they are not going to stop in improving in the process of improving investment climate. For example, now the government is concentrated to provide the best term of investments into the industrial sector of Kazakhstan. That is why the liberalization and adjustment of legislation is taking place quite actively, and I believe that this work will help to further increase international investors into the Kazakhstan, and will help to further improve the investment climate in Kazakhstan.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.